Nestled between towering mountains and a sprawling forest, lay the village of Whispering Pines. The village was small and peaceful. It was a place where life moved at a slower pace. The villagers lived in harmony with nature. They worked hard and supported each other. The air was always filled with the scent of pine needles and the sound of birdsong. Life in Whispering Pines was simple, yet it held a certain magic. The village was surrounded by an ancient forest. The forest was known as the Enchanted Forest. It was said to be home to all sorts of magical creatures. The villagers often spoke of fairies dancing in the moonlight. They whispered tales of mischievous sprites playing tricks on unsuspecting travelers. But most importantly, the Enchanted Forest held the promise of untold wonders and ancient secrets. It was a place of both wonder and danger. The villagers of Whispering Pines lived in awe of the Enchanted Forest. They respected its boundaries, rarely venturing too deep within its shadowy depths. Life in the village was peaceful. The villagers knew that the forest held its own secrets. They were content to let those secrets remain hidden. Whispering Pines was a place where life was simple. It was a place where people lived in harmony with nature. It was a place of peace, where the only sounds were the rustling of leaves and the gentle murmur of the river. In the heart of Whispering Pines lived a blacksmith named Arash. Arash was a kind and gentle soul. He was a giant of a man with broad shoulders and hands calloused from years of working with metal. His heart was as big as his physique. He was known throughout the village for his craftsmanship and his willingness to help others.
Arash's forge was a place of warmth and light. It was the heart of the village. The rhythmic clang of his hammer was a familiar sound to the villagers. It was a sound that brought comfort and reassurance.
He poured his heart and soul into every piece he created, from horseshoes to intricate metalwork. Each piece was imbued with his warmth and generosity. His days were filled with the heat of the forge. Arash worked tirelessly. He crafted tools for the farmers and repaired broken trinkets for the children. He never asked for much in return. A simple thank you and a smile were enough for him. He believed that true happiness came from helping others.
Arash was more than just a blacksmith. He was a pillar of the community, a friend to all, and a symbol of hope in Whispering Pines. His kindness and generosity touched the lives of everyone he met, making the village a better place.
One day, a stranger arrived in Whispering Pines. The stranger was tall and lean, with piercing blue eyes that seemed to see right through you. He wore a long, flowing robe adorned with strange symbols. The villagers had never seen anyone like him before. He carried a staff topped with a glowing crystal.
The stranger introduced himself as Darius. He was a mage, a traveler from a distant land. He had come to Whispering Pines in search of a legendary artifact, the Heart of the Phoenix. Legends spoke of the artifact's power to grant eternal life. Darius had been searching for it for years, following ancient maps and cryptic clues.
Darius was a man driven by a thirst for knowledge and a desire to unlock the secrets of the universe. The Heart of the Phoenix represented the pinnacle of magic, the ultimate prize. He believed that possessing it would grant him the power to shape the world according to his will.
The villagers listened intently to Darius's tale. They were both intrigued and a little afraid. They had heard whispers of powerful mages and their ability to wield magic. Darius's arrival in their peaceful village was something out of a legend, a disruption to their quiet existence.
Darius's quest for the Heart of the Phoenix was a dangerous one. The artifact was said to be hidden deep within the Enchanted Forest. It was guarded by all sorts of magical creatures and powerful enchantments. Darius knew he couldn't do it alone. He needed someone who knew the forest well. He needed someone brave and resourceful.
Arash listened to Darius's tale with a mix of curiosity and concern. He understood the dangers of the enchanted forest better than most. He had heard the whispers of the villagers. He had seen the fear in their eyes when they spoke of the creatures that lurked within its depths.
Despite his reservations, Arash was drawn to Darius's quest. Perhaps it was the mage's unwavering determination. Perhaps it was the allure of the unknown. Or perhaps it was something deeper, a sense of adventure that had been dormant within him for far too long.
Arash knew in his heart that he couldn't let Darius face the dangers of the enchanted forest alone. He had to help, even if it meant risking his own life. He would offer his strength and his knowledge of the forest to aid Darius in his quest.
Arash and Darius set out into the enchanted forest. The forest was a place of dappled sunlight and deep shadows. The air was thick with the scent of pine needles and damp earth. Strange and beautiful plants grew in abundance, their leaves shimmering with an otherworldly glow. The silence was broken only by the sound of their footsteps and the distant calls of unseen creatures.
The forest is alive with magic. The trees, they seem to whisper secrets to the wind.
Strange creatures watched them from the shadows. Arash could feel the magic tingling in the air, sending shivers down his spine. The deeper they went, the more magical the forest became. The trees grew taller, and the air shimmered with unseen energy.
This map, it's ancient, but it should guide us. The compass, it's reacting to the forest magic.
Darius studied his ancient map, his brow furrowed in concentration. He muttered incantations under his breath and consulted his compass, which spun erratically in response to the forest's potent magic. He relied on his arcane knowledge to navigate the forest's twists and turns.
It's like the forest itself is testing us.
Their journey was fraught with danger. They encountered giant spiders with eyes that glowed in the dark. They outsmarted mischievous pixies, eager to lead them astray. They even crossed paths with a grumpy troll guarding a rickety bridge. Each encounter tested their courage and their bond. As they ventured deeper into the forest, they came across a clearing. In the center of the clearing stood a unicorn, a creature of pure beauty and grace. Its coat was as white as snow, and its horns spiraled towards the heavens, catching the light. But the unicorn was trapped. Thorny brambles thicker than a man's arm had ensnared the creature. The unicorn struggled to free itself, but the thorns held it fast. The creature whinnied in distress, its eyes wide with fear.
We have to help it.
Arash's heart went out to the creature. He knew he had to help. He gently approached the unicorn, speaking in soothing tones. He slowly and carefully worked to free the creature from the thorns. It was a dangerous task. The thorns were sharp and unforgiving, but Arash persisted, his compassion overriding his fear. After what seemed like an eternity, the last thorn was removed. The unicorn was free. The unicorn stepped back, shaking its head and mane. It looked at Arash with gratitude in its eyes. Then it did something unexpected. The unicorn dipped its head and gently plucked a feather from its mane. The feather shimmered with an ethereal glow. It floated down towards Arash, landing softly in his outstretched hand.
By the stars, I've never seen such magic before.
Darius gasped. He explained to Arash that the feather was a gift, a token of the unicorn's gratitude and a powerful magical artifact. It was a guide, he said, that would lead them to the heart of the phoenix.
I'm honored. This is truly something special.
Arash accepted the gift with humility and awe. He knew that he had been touched by something truly special. The unicorn's gift was a sign. It was a sign that they were on the right path. He tucked the feather carefully into his pouch. He vowed to honor the unicorn's gift and continue on their quest. The shimmering feather pulsed with a soft light, guiding Arash and Darius onward. The forest grew darker, the air heavy with anticipation. They could feel the presence of the heart of the phoenix drawing near. Finally, they reached a clearing bathed in an ethereal light, and there, coiled around a towering oak, was a magnificent dragon. The dragon's scales shimmered like 1,000 rubies, its eyes burned like molten gold. It was a creature of immense power and majesty, the guardian of the heart of the phoenix. The heart of the phoenix rested on a pedestal in front of the dragon, pulsing with a warm golden light. The dragon roared, a sound that shook the very foundations of the forest. It was a warning. Arash and Darius were not welcome here.
I'll unleash a powerful spell to take it down.
No, Darius, we can't fight the dragon with brute force. We have to outsmart it.
Arash approached the dragon cautiously, holding up his hands in a gesture of peace. He spoke to the creature with respect and admiration, praising its strength and its role as guardian of the heart of the phoenix.
Mighty dragon, we mean no harm. We only wish to see the artifact you so nobly guard.
The dragon listened intently, its eyes never leaving Arash. It seemed to sense the blacksmith's sincerity. Arash then did something unexpected. He reached into his pouch and pulled out a small, polished metal disc. It was a mirror, polished to a shine in his forge. He held the mirror up to the dragon. The dragon saw its own reflection, and for a moment, it was mesmerized. It had never seen its own reflection before. Taking advantage of the dragon's distraction, Darius quickly cast a spell. A blinding flash of light filled the clearing. When the light subsided, the dragon was gone. the heart of the phoenix pulsed gently on the pedestal. It was a small, crystalline object shaped like a heart. It radiated warmth and a sense of peace. Arash reached out and touched the artifact. A surge of energy flowed through him. It was a feeling of pure joy and vitality. For a moment he felt invincible. Arash stepped back from the heart of the phoenix. He looked at Darius, who gazed at the artifact with a mixture of awe and longing in his eyes. Arash knew that Darius had sought the artifact for years. He knew that it held the promise of power and knowledge beyond measure. But Arash also knew that the heart of the phoenix was not meant for him. He was a simple blacksmith, content with his life in Whispering Pines. He had no need for eternal life or ultimate power. He placed the heart of the phoenix in Darius's hand. He trusted the mage to use it wisely, for the good of all.
Arash, your selflessness? I never expected this. I vow to honor your trust. I promise to use the heart of the phoenix wisely.
Arash and Darius returned to Whispering Pines. They were greeted as heroes. The villagers had heard tales of their adventures. They had witnessed the dragon's disappearance. They knew that Arash and Darius had achieved something extraordinary.
Look, it's Arash and Darius. They've returned.
News of Arash's bravery and selflessness spread throughout the land. He became a symbol of hope, a testament to the power of kindness and compassion. Parents told their children stories of his adventures, inspiring them to be brave and to always help those in need. Arash returned to his life as a blacksmith, but he was forever changed by his experience. He continued to help the villagers, his heart filled with even more kindness and generosity. He knew that true strength lay not in physical prowess or magical power, but in the goodness of one's heart. And so the legend of Arash, the blacksmith with a heart of gold, was passed down through generations, a timeless tale of bravery, kindness, and the extraordinary that resides within us all. The story of Arash became a beloved legend, reminding everyone that true strength comes from within.
Arash, your story will be told for generations. Thank you for everything.
It's the least I could do. True strength comes from the heart.
And thus the legend of Arash lived on, inspiring countless souls to embrace the goodness within.